Good morning and welcome back to Margin. This morning we're going to talk about federal tax rates. This is part one of a two-part series, so let's jump right into it. So today we're going to talk about federal income tax rates, and with this they provide a basis to go off of and brackets to go off of in order to get an idea of how you're going to be taxed. Now, what's important from this is to figure out if you've had any life events happen in the last year that would affect your taxation. So that could be a divorce, that could be a marriage, that could be welcoming a new child into the world. It could be a number of different things. But the purpose of this today is to refer back to publication 501 and to be able to look at what types of changes spur what types of taxation. So assuming you will be filing your taxes on your own, it will be important for you to go through publication 501 and actually get an understanding, a working knowledge of some of the terms. And some of the terms can be confusing if you don't have a working knowledge of them, but understanding not only the terms, but how they're applied to the brackets and being able to step into reviewing and reading the brackets and understanding what that means for your financial picture. So looking into this topic, I found it to be very helpful to use a resource called NerdWallet. NerdWallet basically broke down the publication into a irreducible minimum in regards to the data that was provided. So it broke it down based on brackets. And so I am sharing the information directly from NerdWallet that they provided as the matrix of the breakdown for each individual status as well as the range in regards to the income levels. So according to the IRS, there are 5 filing statuses. The first one is single. The second one is married filing jointly. The third one is married filing separately. The fourth one is head of household. And the fifth one comes down to a qualifying widow or widower. Now, we're only going to follow through in going through the process of looking at the top 4 today, but it's important to look at those that are most common. Now, you can be a head of household and have another tax filing status as well, but we're just going to do an overarching viewpoint because it's easy to jump in and go down the black hole and have so much more complexity than I want to go into today. So those are the 4 aspects I want to go into. So let's jump into that. So in both 2020 and 2021, across all 5 filing statuses, there are 7 different tax rates. So those 7 different tax rates are across the board, but they have differing levels of caps for each category. So I'll be explaining that further as we go through this. But when it comes to a single individual who is filing with the IRS, they basically outlined it as your filing status is single if you are considered unmarried and don't qualify for another filing status. Now that's obvious, but as we're going through this process and looking at these 7 tiers, you'll see at a single level or at the other filing statuses that it ranges from a taxation standpoint from 10% to 37%. Now, when you are looking at the top 1% of Americans, you're looking at an income level of about $538,000. So with these, they'll have differing levels of taxation based on hitting that threshold, whether you are married or you are single or you are widowed or so on and so forth. So how this works is someone who is filing single has tax rates of those 7 different tax brackets. So how this works is that first tax bracket is 10%. Now that 10% bracket goes all the way up to $9,875. So any income that any of us make, if we are filing single, will be taxed at 10% up to $9,875. Now, any income beyond that, so $9,876 all the way up to $40,125, will be taxed at the rate of 12%. Now, if you make beyond $40,126, all the way up to $85,525, you will pay a tax rate of 22% for that additional amount. So how it works is that you pay the certain amount of tax at each level. And so oftentimes I hear people say, well, I don't want to make a little bit more because it will send me into the next tax bracket. But that's not how it works. How it works is that you pay your tax based on each individual bracket that you're in, leading up to whatever income level that you make. So if you do make, let's say $250,000 a year, the amount that you're paying in tax at that rate is 35%, but it's only between $207,351 and the $250,000 that you make. It's that difference. The rest of it is paid out at a lower tax bracket and a lower tax rate based on the bracket that it falls in. So hopefully that makes sense, but there's so much confusion around this that I was trying to bring together some clarity so that there's more of an understanding of how these actually work. So beyond how these actually work, if you are filing your taxes for 2020 and you're looking at how each aspect of your income, assuming that you do hit multiple tax brackets or maybe a couple tax brackets, you'll want to know, okay, well, what that number is. And so for 2020, at the 10% level, that again is up to $9,875. The 12% is up to $40,125. The 22% bracket is $85,525. The 24% tax bracket is $163,300. The 32% tax bracket is up to $207,350. The 35% bracket is up to $518,400. And the 37% bracket is above and beyond that $518,401. And so when you are looking at the 2020 tax brackets for filing single, that's how those are actually laid out. Now, for those filing single for 2021, there's a slight increase for each of these brackets. So it'll be important for you to actually look at those brackets for 2021 to see what has changed and to see what needs to be adjusted in your calculations for your federal tax. So if you are married filing jointly, there will also be 7 tax rates. So when I was looking into married filing jointly with the IRS, they basically stated that you can choose married filing jointly as your filing status if you are considered married and both you and your spouse agree to file a joint return. On a joint return, you and your spouse report your combined income and deduct your combined allowable expenses. You can file a joint return even if one of you had no income or deductions. So when we're looking at 2020 specifically for married filing jointly, and you're looking at the different tax brackets, again, there's 7 of them as well, but 10% is up to $19,750. The 12% is up to $80,250. The 22% bracket is up to $171,050. The 24% bracket is up to $326,600. The 32% bracket is up to $414,700. The 35% bracket is up to $622,050. And then the 37% bracket is anything above and beyond $622,051. And so this is what I was referring to in regards to the 1%. The 1% would technically fall in the 35% mark or above as a tax rate. when married filing jointly versus single. So again, married filing jointly for 2021 has slight increases over 2020, much like we saw with single. So if you are married filing separately for the year of 2020, there are 7 tax rates, but the brackets based on the income level change yet again. So when you are looking at the 10% tax rate, you will have a taxable income bracket up to $9,875. If you are at the 12%, you'll be up to $40,125. At the 22% mark, you'll be up to $85,525. If you are at the 24% mark, you will be up to $163,300. And if you are up to the 32% mark, you will have an income up to $207,350. Now, beyond that, if you're looking at the 35% mark, you will have an income up to $311,025. And then the 37% mark is anything above and beyond $311,026. So that again changes slightly for 2021. But as we are looking at the filing period for the year of 2020, I wanted to outline that first and foremost. So when you're looking at filing as head of household for 2020, there again are 7 tax rates. So the first one is at the 10% mark and goes up to an income of $14,100. The tax rate of 12% goes up to an income of $53,700. The tax rate of 22% goes up to $85,500. The tax rate of 24% goes up to $163,300. The tax rate of 32% goes up to an income level of $207,350. The tax rate of 35% goes up to $518,400. And the final tax rate of 37% is anything above and beyond $518,401. So again, the tax brackets for 2020 went up in the year of 2021. So you'll want to keep that in mind as you're looking at this for the coming year. If this information is helpful to you, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're reminded to come back on a daily basis and improve in managing your personal finances. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.